thing was bamboo in the Indian architecture rather than bamboo architecture, because I have a little distinct problem about that term bamboo architecture, because bamboo is one of the materials in architecture and has to work with all other materials. Only then probably we can actually mainstream the material. And though it is a very important part, it was a very important part of our traditional fabric, the architecture fabric. It is always better to term it as bamboo in Indian architecture. And I will be speaking, I have my whole presentation in approximately 4 parts, which is starting with the traditional value of bamboo in our traditional architecture, and how in different climatic conditions, how there are different typologies that we have in this country. And then last year we were trying to evaluate how to mainstream bamboo, because that is one of the main problems we architects face, because there's an acceptance of bamboo in the architecture field, in the building field is very, very less. So we did a global survey. I will be sharing you with that survey with you. And then I will be showing some of my key projects. And then in the end, we have a video of one of our latest projects that we are doing, a 4-minute video in the end. So we'll just quickly start with our presentation. Bamboo is a traditional material in the tropical, subtropical, and the subtemperate part of the world, and as we are all aware, and bamboo is a very important part of our lives, more so for the housing. And in our part of the world, bamboo was primarily used as a material, as a structure material for housing. It gave us beams, it gave us columns in different parts. And we have a very rich and diverse tradition of bamboo buildings with various indigenous technologies. Now the only problem is how the whole paper talks about is how do these alternate building technologies can be mainstreamed unless until we have a value addition, or we understand the value that if we are going to replace something like factory produced cement and steel and things like that, can we also give the durability factor and also the other factors of comfort and things like that with the materials like bamboo and mud. Only then people will be actually ready to replace the materials, other materials with this, because some time ago, of course, cement was an alternative material and bamboo and mud and all these were the mainstream material. Even now in many parts of the world it is still so. And how do we again change it back? So this slide actually shows you what is in the bottom part is when we say bamboo and mud, that's the kind of a shack that comes to people's mind. On the top right is Simon Village's in 2000 Expo Hanover. He did that pavilion about 19 years ago, at the turn of the century, turn of the millennium actually. And what you see on the bottom right is my office, which is the last project that I'll be showing. Now these are the different kinds of traditional usage of bamboo in the architecture in India. We have five different climatic zones, but the typology of bamboo buildings in India probably would be more than 150 of them. So why it is so is that in the industrial world we think that we have taken up one technology and one technology fits, one solution fits all, whether it is New York, whether it's India, whether it's Bangalore, or whether it is Northeast. We think that we have got one solution and it will fit all. But when you are working with natural building materials, it is not so. We have to be more sensitive towards the material as to how to deal with it. And these traditional solutions that have been found by people who had access to only the materials around them, the communications and the transportation were not so much available. They have tried to solve their own problems of climatic comfort and things like that. And so these indigenous technologies are really time tested. Now what I just want to differentiate between the two is like something you test in a lab and it gets tested and you have a scientific result. It's called knowledge. But there is something which is tested for thousands of years in live conditions, in live climate, that's called wisdom, and that comes from experience. Knowledge might fail, but wisdom will not. So what we need to do at the moment right now is to combine the two. Combine the wisdom that we have gained through our traditional buildings and combine that with the scientific knowledge of the industries and of the fields or of the laboratories, and then come up with something new. So as you can see, some of these are from different parts of the Northeast. This is Assam House, Naga House. This is from the heartland of India. This is Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. And then we have down south from Kerala, you have this part, and we also have from the Port Blair. So there are different kind of typologies with different kind of species of bamboo in different kinds parts of the country, in one country itself. And the left one is again from Nagaland, and some of them are from Assam. The one on the right, what you see at the bottom, is a house from Bangalore, more than 200 years old. And if you can see bamboo in the roofing there, with combined with teak wood, which is a very hard, which is a hardwood, considered a hardwood, but bamboo is also surviving for 200 years. It has not been changed. It has a limestone slab over it, and the house is in use, active use at the moment, 200 years old. So when you talk about bamboo being absolutely temporary and things like that for a building, we really have to think about the different construction systems to make it permanent in the long run. These are some of the technologies that we are trying to work on. The prefabricated bamboo houses, prefabricated bamboo wall panels, which could be one new industry for multi-storied buildings. Prefab houses, bamboo construction systems with bamboo reinforced concrete, fiber reinforced concrete, which is like you can have an RMC instead of the plastic fibers which are used for minimizing the cracks in the plaster and other things, and also in the concrete. We could actually be using bamboo fiber, which is also very, very strong. And we can also be using the freeform and shell bamboo roof, because these days everyone is talking about these freeforms, large roofs and things like that, very, very, for stadium. We can't have the normal, conventional RCC slabs. So shell roofs are the new norm, and bamboo seems to be one of the material which actually could be practically used in this kind of forms. And also compressed blocks with bamboo and paper waste. This is some of the products that I have also tried to work it on in my different buildings. And I will go to the acceptability that I was talking about. This is a global survey that we did last year with support from World Bamboo Organization and ARC Daily. And I will just quickly go to the results directly in this. We did the whole survey about why it should be done, and we had published it globally. And we got a lot of results. These are the kind of steps that we took. We had the responses, and this is the formulation of the global survey. And responses received was like, these are the kind of things, maybe because some of the platforms did not allow this to be in the other countries. The most of the thing was from Asian region, but still we had quite a bit of results which came out of this. If this I think it will take a lot of time if I go through this, but you can see here different kinds of results. We still need to do a lot of work. People still do not take bamboo. They are not taught bamboo, in the colleges. We are trying to do a lot of work, but there are different areas where advocacy, skill development. And why I am showing this here is that we have done, this is a very structured kind of a survey that we have done to come up with something, action pointers based on this survey under these kind of, heads. And we want to just show as to, in this platform, because it's an international platform with all kinds of people here, we want to show that we all need to work together. We all need to work together this is the kind of thing we have to really have a systemic plan, right from like World Bamboo Organization, inward to something like absolutely at the block level in our districts, in our state and in our cities. We really need to connect them vertically to be able to, so this is like I have tried to put it out in kind of global, national and this in platforms, how we can actually create in the ministries and all that, in the advocacy time, marketing, and we have in the industry how we are supposed to be going about it and which organizations could actually be working on it. Academics, how do we actually get into academics worldwide? The research and development in the which is like supposed to be industry based and more informed by the industry rather than only research based, which actually remains only in the and these are the immediate action plans that I have here, which I can share with people, and this could be the need to be tackled is from various fronts, and they are very much linked to each other. We cannot be actually working, in isolation at any level. And these programs actually they all, and I would be very happy to be connecting. CJBMT would be very happy if anyone wants to be a part of the program, and we would like to work together with any other organization to be starting this program. Now this is like something, a result I have got, now I have to really start working on it. So this was one part. This is again this thing. I would now go to some of the projects that we have done. Excuse me. Yeah, this is the Bamboo Museum in Palampur, and this was done in 2006. This was also to showcase the bamboo products. I'm just showing some of the key projects which actually have been in the public sector, in the public realm. And this was done with SD Sharma and Associates. They had given the space requirements, and we have done this thing. And this is in Palampur in Himachal Pradesh. And just some time back also, it is really working very well. These are the interiors of the building here. This is my own house of 5 elements. This is the actual building. This is completely made with stone, mud and bamboo. There are 3 materials which you get anywhere in the world, and not in the world, I mean in this part of the world. So we get bamboo most of the time. In case it is not bamboo, we generally do it with local timber. But this is completely from the mud, from the site itself. We have excavated the earth and we have done it. And on the basement is made from stone, the ground floor is mud and bamboo, and the first floor is 70% bamboo and 30% mud, with just about just cement and steel just to bind the things together. So what I was trying to show in these buildings that to the world, mud and bamboo need not be a shack. It can be a very upmarket building. For your information, it can be very large spans. You see here, I mean, I don't have a pointer here. This column on the right side is taking a load of 30 feet asymmetric loading on a single bamboo. And the slab is 3-inch slab. The total slab, the area is 4,000 square feet. So that's the kind of strength that bamboo actually has, and it is a vertical, it's directly a straight bamboo. It's not even a bamboo at a slant. So this is again what you see in the slab here is also mud. It is not bamboo. So I have tried to combine these 2 very humble materials to get a very contemporary architecture that you can actually have. So you need not always have to use concrete and cement and steel to have this kind of houses, upmarket houses and contemporary houses. These are all the photographs of the house with the glass flooring. This is bamboo flooring, and what you see at the back, they're all bamboo-crete walls developed. This thing developed by Pruti. From where I actually started my journey with bamboo. And this is the first floor. The beam is almost 175 feet long, a 3 bamboo beam, and the loads are being taken down for columns which are almost 20 feet tall. You can see the way it has been done. This is a shell roof, double curve shell roof, done in 2008, 11 years now. In infrastructure, we have put a proposal to the metro station, BMRCL, Bangalore Metro Station, people, in 2013, and I hope because of this fire grading, which was supposed to be tested, and auditing that was supposed to be done, we are still waiting for some kind of approval from them. There are 3 different proposals that I have given to them, and I am hoping very soon we will be able to at least do one bamboo, one metro station with bamboo. And I think we have, our future is bright, because I think the first international terminal which is going to have bamboo is in Bangalore International Airport in India. So I think with that we might be able to do some metro stations also with bamboo in Bangalore, is what is my, this was supposed to be the concourse. This is an 80 feet long footbridge. It was not constructed. 80 feet long footbridge worth 13 lakhs was considered expensive. They said we can give 30 lakhs to steel, but not 13 lakhs to bamboo, because it will not last. That's what they thought. Infrastructure, we also have done this kind of a flat pack toilets in response to the Swachh Bharat thing, which can be used for expeditions in villages, in Kumbh Mela and all these kind of places. We also got the Red Dot shortlisting award for this particular project. On the right, you can see this bus shelter which we have done. There are lots of bus shelters in our country. We don't have bus stops in our country. We don't have bus shelters. This could be a solution and also could be used as a industry. This is a project which has always come under construction now, and we are using mud and bamboo in the longer. This is a whole residential development of approximately 3 lakh square feet, including all our community centers and everything, and there's a lot of bamboo in the whole project, including mud and stone. So that's the kind of thing. Most of these villas have got roofs with bamboo crete or bamboo in their framework. The community center is like that with this mud and bamboo again. This is one project we had applied. We had put it as a part of the competition in Budapest, Hungary. This is not an Indian project, but they used to use lime, traditionally. And I had gone there. I had tried to understand their traditional way of working, and they have been actually using bamboo for the flute. They have almost like 50, 60 types of flutes made from thin bamboo. So I have used bamboo here for the musical walls, which you see in the most of these. Here. You can hear the musical walls, which actually, if you put your headphones and you try to tap on these bamboos, and it was supposed to be in a park, so I did not want to cut a single tree. And this is how it has been actually designed. So these are the musical bamboo walls for this particular. So these are different ways of designing. You don't always need to have a very ugly kind of things with a bamboo building. Bamboo buildings can be as good as anything else. This is another project which we have put up for the Gujarat government, and we are waiting approval for this. Is also a shell roof. This is one project which we did with RS School of Architecture, Denmark, and this was nominated for the RIBA President's Award in the student category, and many other awards actually. I have forgotten now, I'm sorry. But this is, we are trying to use the local farmers. They are from sericulture background. So this cocoon shape was taken like that, and all the whole typology and the morphology of the project was according to the artisans. And we always make it a point to involve the local artisans. I'm very particular about that in my projects and in my workshop. I always like to involve absolutely the ground people. And this is a center that we are probably starting work this year in Bangalore on a 5-acre plot. With Diyarbakir University, we are doing a lot of work, and from 2006, and I'm very happy to say that we have started modular courses with them, and it's for skill development, which they are ready to do any kind of MOU with any government bodies to do skill development in the bamboo sector. And they are planning to have around 200 centers for skill development in the bamboo in the next 4-5 years. So we are hoping to do it in a big way. And they have a lot of these kind of centers. This is their university center, which again is about to start construction. This we have done in Amritsar in 18 days flat. This is a 2,000 square feet house. And we had the whole community participation, 100 people working with me. And we even did the tracking of the solar tracking to everything from furniture, furnishings, everything was done in 18 days flat. And this is a permanent building. This is a creche Diyarbakir University has done for their staff, and they wanted the children to grow in a very organic environment. So we have done this again in mud and bamboo in Agra. This is another photograph of the same project. We are doing also two conference centers for them with bamboo and wood, and this is it's a very large span, and we have done that initial testing, and we hope to already construction has started for one of them. And we hope to finish in another 6 months. These are the 3D visuals of the conference center, as you can see. What you see as the Mughal style is because of the place in Agra that we really wanted to bring that in the architecture, and the stone jali thing that reflected in the bamboo. And this is the second conference center that we will be doing there. With them, we are also working in Madhya Pradesh on a workshop project. With the Madhya Pradesh Bamboo Mission, which we are planning to start very soon. This is Shilparamam. This is one of our prime projects with Andhra Pradesh government on 170 crore worth on 80 acres of land. And we really this is one of our very plum projects, which we feel that once we finish it, we'll place bamboo in a very different kind of a bracket. This is with mud and bamboo. The kind of thing, a lot of work there, very big project. This is another project, Avilala, again from Madhya Pradesh government, and then again around 1.5 lakh square feet of bamboo construction in this. These are some of the buildings, 30,000 square feet, single structure, the convention center kind of a thing, and you have a tower 150 feet tall tower, except for the core, lift core, everything will be from bamboo, and both processed bamboo and round bamboo, both. I always combine both of them together in most of my projects. I'm an architect and I use any building material which is actually, and also any kind of bamboo which is, needs to be used in my projects. This is a 120-acre residential development that we are 10th February is the Bhumi Puja for this, and we are doing residential development, all again from mud and bamboo, in Hyderabad, in the city of Hyderabad. This is a project which we are doing at the moment, is going on. We did it as a part of a 45 days, a workshop, winter school. We do a winter school, and this is a shell made from bamboo and mud. It's just 2 inches thick is the plastering, or whatever you call it, the shell, the mix, and the mix has been designed by the mud scientist from Bangalore. And this is the kind of, this is a construction photographs. And we have tried to, these are local people who are doing all these kind of works, which has been being done traditionally in Madhya Pradesh for a very long time, and I have integrated that into my building. So I'll be showing a video at the end of my presentation about this project, which is being, what we also wanted was, we need to document not just the material but the processes, construction processes, and INTAC has come forward, Indian National Trust for Art and Culture Heritage. Those people have come forward to document these processes, and so this project is, we are doing like that, with the documenting of also traditional processes, and then it forward into a new kind of a building vocabulary. And this is some of the photographs of the projects, and of course the India Pavilion, which you will be seeing after some time, so I am not putting the pictures of that. And my most favorite project, my office. I would just quickly like to run through the slides. This is based on the fishing platforms, where people, we have been using it for thousands of years. They look very fragile, they are very, very strong, and the whole structure I wanted, because bamboo is very strong, though it is very thin to look at, hollow, but it's very strong, and I wanted to bring that character of bamboo into my office. How do you have very light columns taking a heavy load? And that was the way I have worked on this whole structure. So it's not just you do something with bamboo, you take out the inherent quality, character of the material out into the architecture of the whole place. So bamboo here is like going all through the building, just like in a strand, the way they stand in different forms, never straight completely. So I'll run through this whole slide, and this is how you enter. This is just as you enter the building, my office. This is how you see, and all these columns actually are structural columns. They are not interior columns for decoration, and they all have been. We had a lot of models that we had done, and out of that, then we came with this structure. I did a 1-to-1 testing of this building with old bamboos, and then I have replaced the bamboos and done this building in the final thing that was done. This is the slab is reinforced with bamboo, and the concrete has got bamboo fibers in it, and this is the project which has got the LaFaz Innovation Award, this got the Arcacia Award, this got nominated for Aga Khan Award. I mean, there are various things, because there are a lot of things which is bamboo. I feel we need to have a composite way to build with bamboo. Unless until we do that, we cannot mainstream the material. We want bamboo to come into construction sector, we have to make composite buildings with combine bamboo with other materials, and only then probably we'll be able to take it to the center stage. So these are photographs of the office. I'm very bad with videos and things. That other one is INTAC has made, so this is just, I'm just running you through my office through photographs. So that's the office, and this is something I just want to say, that we need to all work together, the West with the East, your rigor and our otherwise way of working with the little, those kind of working. When we work together, we will be able to really define, the definition of a sustainable architecture for the new future. And that was we working together. This is from the Venice Biennale where I had put up an exhibition. So this is a photograph of that. Thank you. I'll just quickly put the the architecture shapes our behavior. With nature brings that softness, and with nature comes the people who live as close to nature as possible.
बांस के बहुत काम आता है यह बांस कई साल जाए यह बांस ये थोड़ा है बांस के और मिट्टी की कला मोर बहुत पसंद.
I think bamboo needs a little bit of respect as a building material, along with even respecting the artisans who work with bamboo. The village people somehow get more enamored with concrete and cement because that represents wealth. It's important that they realize that it's a very good material to stay with. Neelam is a bamboo expert, and I felt that if she can come and teach them, and if she can bring in the seriousness of using bamboo as a building material, it would be very beneficial to the people around.
Bamboo as a building material बहुत important हो चुका है. ये एक green product है. ये metal and plastic दोनों को replace कर सकता है.
Engineering quality of bamboo in this case is completely stretched to its limits because people don't do shells with bamboo. And mud, which is again a material which is used by villagers, it's stretched to another limit. So this aspiration of Ambika to have something very artistic, and aspiration of me to have something cutting edge in bamboo engineering. The aspirations of the people who have been working with bamboo, but they have not really benefited.
Financial inclusion, जब raw material हमारा farmer grow करेगा, value addition हमारे rural artisans इसको develop करेंगे, consumption हमारा middle and higher family करेगी, money will flow from higher to lower class. यदि हम उन cement bricks को इस raw material से replace करते हैं, तो पूरी तरह इकनॉमी रिवर्स हो जाती है।
इस पे तो हमको थोड़ा ज़्यादा कमाई लग रही है, मतलब पैसा ज़्यादा मिल सकता है इस पे। इसको सीखेंगे तो और थोड़ा दूर जाएंगे। लेबर का भी काम किया, सीखने को भी मिला, दोनों। कहाँ से कितना बम्बू फाड़ना है, बनाना है कमटी, उसका फिनिशिंग करना है, ये सब मालूम हो गया। हमको बहुत लाभ मिला ना।
हमारे पास जितना भी जानकारी है उनको पूरा देने की कोशिश करते हैं, ताकि यहाँ के लोग अपने हिसाब से वो काम को आगे बढ़ाते रहे बम्बू को। हम जिस हिसाब से देख रहे हैं ये लोग धीरे धीरे टेक्निक पकड़ रहा है।
ये लोग भी अच्छा से सीख रहा है, कोशिश भी कर रहा है। सामने कोई ऐसा चीज़ बनेगा तो अपने से थोड़ा बहुत तो बना भी सकता है।
ये लोग कलाकार ही हैं।
Though it is an engineering material, but it is also very artistic. And I thought I will have something which is between art and architecture.
ये जो काम है, पहले गांव में गौण चित्र है, भित्ति चित्र त्योहारों में, शादी विवाह में अपने घरों को सजाने के लिए या दीवारों पे चित्र बनाना ये करते थे। मेरे को ये बहुत खुशी है कि लोग देख रहे हैं, उनके बारे में जानकारी लेते हैं। यहाँ जो अभी जो लोकल हैं, जो बांस जो काम करते हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि हम सीखेंगे यार, हमको भी सिखाइए। तो मैं कहूँ सीखोगे तो कम से कम और आगे बढ़ेगा।
हम लोग कहीं भी जाके किया है ना काम, तो हर जगह का अलग अलग ढंग से, अलग अलग डिजाइन से, अलग अलग तरीका से बना है।
Art is a common thread which is connecting people from various strata of society. These artisans already had the traditional skills of working with bamboo, so it's a very equal sharing of knowledge and skills.
बहुत खुशी ये काम और बहुत सुख से भाई, बहुत ये संस्था में पड़ गए हैं तो हमारा वक्त मतलब गरीबी घुस गई।
I can see the faces change from doubt to listening to us, having confidence in us, and then now a look of hope on their face. And I think we have all of us, whenever this question comes about durability of a bamboo and mud house, I just ask the people to go and see their grandmother's houses. And I also would ask the question as to how many 100 years old concrete buildings are there for that matter. You might be getting 200 years old mud buildings, 600 years old also mud buildings, but concrete buildings are not more than 100 years. I have not seen any. So if we try to compare that way, so it's also the technology. Technology is there. We can always do it. It's not possible. It was also there before. As I showed the house, which is more than 200 years old. The bamboos have not been changed. They are there. So I think it can be done. Not a problem.
I totally agree with you as a layman. But as an engineer, I say no. Because those houses you reference to maybe only 2-story tall.
Sure.
So we are looking at maybe 10 to 15.
Okay, so as an architect,
So
yeah.
using externally, you have primary growth, you have pest attack. So my question to the rest is, what can we do to make sure that we can guarantee? Because as a professional engineer to sign off, it gets scary, you know.
Can I ask you one question? Being an architect, since you are an engineer, yeah, okay. How many stories can you make with cement?
Cement alone or with that?
Yeah, only cement. Because we are talking about bamboo alone. I think that's what you are talking about. You cannot make even a single story. We have to do composite buildings. That's what I said. Why, when we are talking about bamboo, we want bamboo to perform everything. But when it is steel or any other material, you are ready to do a composite building and say that they work there perfectly. But why so much bias towards bamboo? That bamboo has to be this also, that also, and this also? No.
I got that.
Yes.
There are no argument with that.
Yeah, and if you even steel outside, it won't even last 7 months. It will start rusting.
Yeah.
But I can have a bamboo pagoda for 15 years without any kind of material.
Very nice.
Still work.
But
So there is
we are going to cross-laminate.
Don't have the mic.
No problem.
So when you do the same cross-lamination,
Cross-lamination.
Of course.
have the same benefits.
Okay, you can answer that, Dr. Marty.
So during the course of my presentation, I showed you the second generation product where there is lamination. Bamboo strips you can join horizontally or vertically, and when we are doing horizontal lamination, one can be in this direction, another can be the other transverse direction, so it is possible. Bamboo is a versatile material, it can be used in multifarious ways, suiting your purposes, and it is a good replacement of battery of tiles as cross lamination, so there is no difficulty in using bamboo. It has limitations as we discussed because of cellulose content in the beginning. There is problem about longevity that 2-3 years it will eaten by insect pests. But once you treat it with boron-based chemicals, then its durability can go up to 50 years as you are thinking of. So bamboo has no problem, but it has to be, you said you are an engineer, so if you engineer bamboo, it can last any longer because it is mild still in tensile strength. So we should not look down upon bamboo, but rather make riches out of it.
I put down on bamboo. I'm starting a farm, 200 acres in Johor, Malaysia. And we're going to experiment with different types of composites using bamboo. And we want to make Taj Mahal stack.
Yeah, you can take the help of FRIM, FRI Malaysia, which is at Jabong, Kuala Lumpur. Please pay a visit. Not Johor, I am saying Jabong in Kuala Lumpur, where Mr. Muhammad Latif is the director of forest research in Malaysia. His department about bamboo is doing that thing. Please pay a visit to forest research institute in Malaysia. Thank you.
Okay. Next one.